Hi my lovelies, and welcome to my channel Feathers from Heaven Tarot. So today I'm doing a reading on when you'll meet your future spouse. So in this reading I'll be looking at your energy when you'll meet your future spouse. So what kind of energy will you be in when you meet the future spouse, long-term partner? And I will also be looking at their energy when you guys meet. Okay, so it's just looking at maybe the energy, what you'll be doing, what phase in your life you might be going through, and then same with them. So I have 3 piles for you to pick from: pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I just want you to select from the tarot or oracle, so I won't turn the image around. So just take a moment and select whichever pile you are drawn to, and I will shuffle live on during your reading. Okay, so I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, pile number 1, and welcome to your reading. So that's for those of you that selected the Rider-Waite Tarot card. So we're going to have a look at when you will meet your future spouse. So we're just looking at the energy around when you'll meet your future spouse, what you may be doing or not doing. So let's have a look. Pile number 1, what energy will they be in when they meet their future spouse? Pile number 1. Okay. Pile number 1, what energy will you be in? Okay, so let's have a look at your oracle. Okay, so we have a younger man, dealings or relationship with a younger man. An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you, and a wish is granted. We also have the 5th house, passion, play, children, creativity, confidence. We have Yang, proactivity, expression, doing, forward motion. And we have Saturn. So pile number 1. I feel like you'll meet your future spouse at a time where you have struck up a really good bond or relationship with a person. So this could be with a younger man, it could be a friend, or it could be a family member, like a cousin, for example, where you are, particularly close to, where you may be, spending time with, or a friend, as I mentioned earlier. But I feel like it's going to be a lot of playful energy. So there'll be literally, when I say playful, it will just be, for example, going out, going to the pub, or going for meals, going to each other's house, just hanging out really is what I'm trying to sort of say. Just, taking it easy. Maybe for some of you, maybe, if you play a sport, so extracurricular activities, any sports, then you have this friend that you play with, then that might be relevant. But it's going to be at a time where you're just enjoying life, taking it easy. I feel like it's going to be where you're following your passion a lot. So when I say following your passion, it could be, as I mentioned earlier, decided that you want to take up a particular sport, such as football, tennis, badminton, whatever it may be for you. Or it may be that you decide to join an art group, or you decide to take take up shopping as a hobby, whatever that creativity or passion is for you. That's obviously the activity that you'll be taking on. Also, I feel like it's going to be at a time when you're moving forward. So it's going to be after a time when you felt a lot of stagnation, a lot of, you know, restriction, a lot of struggle, hard work, where you might have had to learn one lesson after another. So it could be, you know, you've had maybe bad relationships, or maybe, you know, you've been on dates that haven't been pleasant, or, you know, you've been struggling kind of with family or friends, maybe having arguments, or, you know, not seeing eye to eye. So it's going to be at a time where, you know, all of that restriction, whatever it is for you, is going to be behind you, and you're going to be over it. You're going to be moving forward. You're going to be following your passion, doing your hobbies a bit more, following your creative endeavors. Or, you know, if you just started a new job, then you're just going to be enjoying that workplace a lot, making new friends, you know, and planning. So you'll be kind of maybe planning your next goal, planning what you want to do for the end of the week, end of the month. So you'll be like in a planning stage in terms of activities that you wish to do for that month or the following month. So looking ahead. It's also going to be at a time where you feeling really emotionally secure. So for some, it could be like with your family, you're just feeling, you know, that you're just feeling the love, you're feeling the closeness, you're feeling the support. For others, you know, your family might be your friends, your close friends that you're, you know, that you're very close to, that you consider family. So, you know, you've got a tight friends, tight-knit friends. You are feeling, you know, secure, happy around each other's company, and you're just going to feel like, oh my god, my life is finally starting to take off. I feel like my wishes are coming true. So with wishbone and a wish is granted, I feel like you're going to feel that, you know, because of all of this that's happening, that you're attracting in your life, you know, all the happiness, all the joy, all the activities that you're enjoying, work's going right, or school or college is going right. It's going to be a time when you're feeling or saying to yourself, God, you know, I wished for all of this. I wish to be so happy. I wish to feel that security. You know, it's going to be after some hardship that you've been through. So for pile number one, I particularly feel that you have gone through some hardship, or you've had really tough lessons to learn. And then, you know, as I said, going through those various stages and activities and that passion, and the way that you're going to feel that security is when you are going to be meeting your future spouse. So I'm going to get some tarot cards and see if we can get some more information for you. So we've got the Six of Swords. Oh yeah. Eight of Swords. Right, I only wanted one, but let's have a look. Okay, so we've got Death and the Hierophant. So yeah, pile number one is very much with the swords here and the Hangman. I really do feel like it's going to be really after a time where you've had real struggles, difficulties, where you were like not knowing how you're going to come out of it, if you're ever going to see a brighter day. And then kind of when you are moving away from that, you know, where you're feeling really with the Hangman there, really like your life was on pause, suspended, not even moving. You were kind of stuck in this, you know, real struggle and real restriction situation. And so, you know, having that ending, and then obviously I'm feeling as well that you're going to not do things the traditional way as well. So you're breaking away from that traditional way of thinking or doing, and maybe, you know, decided to take on an endeavor or creative hobby that's maybe outside the norm, or maybe not really something that's been done within your community with or your family. And it's something that you're going to decide that because it's singing to you and it feels right to your heart, and it's something that's actually pulling you in terms of what you want to do, that you're just going to decide to go with that feeling, and that feeling, you know, that want, that pull, that intuition. And that's obviously when you will be obviously going with that forward movement, that following that passion, having more fun and love in your life. Okay, so you're going to be coming out of this really stuck situation where you're just seeing no way out. So pile number one, where you were feeling like, you know, you don't know how you're going to come out a situation, or you're not knowing how, you know, your life's ever going to improve. But it will improve. If it will definitely improve. You will, you know, feel like the sun is shining again. You're like, you are feeling passion for life, you are feeling happy, you're doing a lot more, you are really, you know, having a forward movement, you know, maybe getting a new job, or getting the dream job, or, you know, starting a course that you've always wanted to do, spending more times with friends and family, having a lot more fun, being in a more of a playful energy. So, you know, ending of that horrible hardship that you've been in, and, you know, looking forward and moving on. So when, you know, you'll feel like, oh my god, things are going so well for me, I'm really happy, that's the kind of energy I feel you'll be in when you're going to meet your future spouse. Okay, so that's in terms of your energy, pile number one. Now let's have a look at your future spouse's energy when you will meet. Okay, so my pile number one, what is the future spouse's energy going to be like when they first meet? So what energy will pile number one's person be in when they meet? Oh, got one more has come out here. Got time. So this is the month of the year, so it could possibly be when you'll meet. Okay, and then let's have a look. Okay, so pile number one, your future spouse's energy. Okay, so pile one, I feel like with your future spouse, it's going to be around finance. Okay, so I feel like your future spouse would have gone through some sort of financial restriction, or feeling, you know, financially not as abundant as they would like or hope to feel. So when they are going to meet you, they would have just come out of that, or they would have received some news around something they're waiting for. So for some, an example could be an investment they've made and getting a really good return on it. If, you know, a career, they could be getting a really good promotion, or applied for promotion, which they will get, and therefore a massive increase in their finance. For others, it could just be, you know, if they've got their own business, then it could just be, you know, them getting more clients, or people hearing about their business business and then more people coming on, therefore growth in the business. But I feel like for others it may be that for inheritance, for others it could actually be some sort of winning, for others it could just be through their hard work, as I said, or you know, better work opportunity, career opportunity, just growth in their business. So obviously this is a general reading, so those are just some examples, but will definitely be around the time where they are probably feeling some sort of financial pinch or struggle, and then you know, they are then moving into that better energy, and they are, you know, getting that really good news around money, getting money coming in, a really good as I said, windfall or inheritance. So they are going to be a meeting, or you, the energy they're going to be in when they're going to meet you is when they're going to start to feel really nurtured and protected because of their finances and maybe people around them. It could be that they are, you know, because they're not feeling stressed anymore, it could be that they are feeling that they can open up to their friends and family around them, therefore feeling kind of the nurture, because they're not in a bad mood all the time, for example. But for them as well, I feel like they've learned some sort of lesson, your future spouse. So you know, from having experienced that financial pinch, or that, you know, maybe not being, you know, in a position that they have liked to, or they were put in order to feel that pinch, I feel like they will have learned from that, and it would just be something that they would say to themselves, you know, I will never make that mistake again, or I will always, you know, keep my wits about me, always, you know, not trust people if it's an issue where it was someone that caused this, you know, financial pinch because of maybe some sort of deceitful energy, but whatever it is that caused that situation, or for them to go through that, I feel like they learnt, and they basically is something that they're gonna, you know, remember forever as a tool and something that they've learnt. So I feel like there will be coming, so we've got a union merging and a coming of together. I feel like you guys will meet very soon after this, so very quickly after they go through this good news or this windfall money coming into their life, where they're feeling more stable. I feel like that will automatically, you know, after they've actually learned from their past or learned their lessons, then that is when you two will come together. And it's kind of something that's going to naturally happen because it's meant to be. And it could be that, you know, it's something where you might have known each other, I feel, just prior to that. So they may have been hovering around your community, or your, you know, your environment, your workplace, your college, whatever it is, but you two had, you know, never kind of set eyes or clicked or come together in terms of a conversation, or a scenario situation wouldn't have brought you two together as yet, but you were kind of you're kind of, you know, getting on with your life around in each other's vicinity, if that makes sense, but not actually met. So we've got an additional one for you guys, and we've got July, so that could be quite significant. So it could be that you meet the one in July, or you've met them in July, but you're not going to come into union until they obviously go through this lesson, and then maybe go through the energy that I've mentioned earlier. So it could also be their birthday as well, July. Okay. So let's pull some tarot and check out any more information. So for pile number 1. Okay, yeah. So with the 5 of Cups, Ace of Wands and 9 of Swords, I definitely feel like this person had lost would have had a loss. So again, it really, I feel it goes into, we've got the devil at the bottom of the deck, so I feel like it's in relation to their financial circumstance, where they've lost money. They could have had lost a job, or they could have just have outgoings or bills that they weren't expecting, or it could be that they had a business partner that was quite deceitful, or someone within their workplace that was quite deceitful, or it could also be you know, something around them which caused them to have that financial pinch. So it could be something where they lost something. So as I said, they would be feeling quite hurt. They will be feeling like loss. Okay, but as we said earlier, with the Ace of Wands and the good news, the time that they meet you would be when they're over this part, and then they're moving into the passionate. They're learning their lessons, and then moving forward with their passion. So as I said, following their passion in terms of maybe a job that they've applied for, or you know, a business taking a turn for the better. But things are going to move very, very, very quickly when this actually shifts, and when they receive that good news. So out of nowhere, money will come into their life, changing their circumstance and their situation, which obviously lifts their vibration differently. So then they will obviously be in a better mood, be noticing things around them a bit more, and I feel that's kind of when they'll notice you as well, and then they'll kind of come charging towards you in terms of making their feelings clear, or flirting, I feel, or just flirting, and or just making their feelings clear, or just trying to test the water and see how you're feeling, maybe asking you out, trying to work on a project with you, or trying to do something that will involve obviously your communication or your input, which will then, you know, start to draw you in their world, so to speak, where they can, you know, start to expand that relationship. But that's definitely how I feel when you'll meet them, and the energy that they'll be in when you guys meet. Okay, so that's what I see for you, my pile number one. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, then please feel free to give it a thumbs up so I know it resonated. If you haven't already, I'd love to have you join, where I do a regular future spouse pick a card reading, and I hope to see you soon. So have a lovely morning, afternoon or evening, depending where you are. Take care. Hi there, pile number two, and welcome to your reading. So that's for those of you that selected the tea leaf oracle card. Let's have a look at the energy that you'll be in when you'll meet your future spouse. So what will you be doing? What may you be going through? And then what I'll do is then have a look at your future spouse, his energy when you guys meet, what they'll be doing or what they may be going through. So we'll do a couple of tea leaves. And then we'll select some oracle cards. So pile number one. Sorry, pile number two. Pile number two. Okay. For some reason these two just want to come out, so we'll just take it. I did 3 for pile number one. An extra one came up for pile number one's person. So yeah, basically I was trying to select 3, but for some it's coming out as 4. So 1, select 2 more. There we go. Alright, pile number 2. Let's have a look at your energy when you will meet your future spouse. Right, don't know if some of you, let's have a look. So, don't know if some of you are coming from pile number 1, but let's have a look. Okay, so pile number 2. I feel like you will meet your future spouse at a time where you are having or just got over a lot of fears, worries, and tension. So, for if you guys are in that situation at the moment or in that energy, when you are going to feel, uh, um, when you're going to feel that you are kind of expanding and growing and your fears and worries have diminished or totally, well, fears and worries totally don't disappear, but when they're more or less are not at the forefront of what you're doing, then that's when I feel you're going to meet your future spouse. So you're going to meet your future spouse when you are going to feel where you, in your where you're going to be leaning into your spirituality a bit more, and you are going to maybe so it will look different for all of you, so I'll give you some examples. It might be some of you might be praying a lot more, others might be going to your temple, church, or mosque, or wherever, in terms, whichever might be relevant to you. Or you might just be meditating more. You might just be taking time out to spend leaning into your own emotions, how you feel. You might be doing some shadow work, going through any sort of worries. You might be going through sort of anything that's kind of heavy, and you might just be going through that. And as I said, doing some shadow work, trying to work through it, to get to a place where you are more comfortable with where you're at and eager for more, and understanding that you are not always going to be in that place of maybe worry or fear, and you just got to get your energy back to a place where you are more hopeful. So I feel like you're going to be working towards that, and you're going to be more hopeful. And then what's going to happen is you're going to feel like something that you might have tried to manifest, or something that you were really thinking about in your situation. I really do think it's a relationship comes into your life, so it being your future spouse. What I'm assuming from this reading. So I feel like you meet your future spouse through a time where you may be networking, you may be communicating, you might be learning. So for some of you, it might be on a course, you're learning. For others, it may be like at a meeting, or where you've had to travel to a place for work. You might have been put on a project with new people that you haven't actually worked with before. So it'll look different for all of you. For others, it might just be, you might just be doing a short course, and this person might be on the course, might be delivering the course. So I feel like it's going to be when you are starting to network and communicate with others in regards to, for some it could be around spirituality, or some sort of something to do with kind of your spiritual endeavor. For others, it could just be growth in terms of expansion around your finances, or just around your career. But I do feel whatever it is, it's going to be where you're going to feel success in your life. You're going to feel like you're starting to do well, you're coming out of that energy, and you're going to feel love. Okay, so you're going to be in love with yourself, what you do, what you like, what your hobbies. You're going to learn to enjoy your company a bit more. You're also going to fall in love with whatever this endeavor is. So wherever you're going to be communicating, networking, or learning, you're going to really enjoy the that. But more importantly, you're just going to enjoy your own company, your own time. You're going to feel like you are going to be attracting or attracting your passion. So I feel like you're going to be following your passion, pile number 2. a lot more, and that's when you are going to meet your future spouse. So it's going to be at a time when you're following what you want to do, but more so from your intuition and following your emotion around it. So you're not going to be working with your logic side, so it's not going to be the logical side of you that's going to make you decide to go on this course, for example, or enjoy the meeting or look at the meeting from a different perspective. It's just going to be more like your emotion. You're just going to decide to like what you do for the sake of liking it and seeing the best out of what you're doing, no matter what you're doing, rather than seeing things as the glass half empty. You're going to see it as the glass half full kind of situation, where you are going to find the success in what you do, in your endeavor. You're going to be more positive, you're going to be more hopeful as well. So let's see what else I get for you. Pile number 2 through 222. Yeah, I was going to say 3, sorry. Oh, that's really sweet. So you've got the 10 of Cups, you've got the 9 of Wands, and you've got the 2 of Cups here. That is beautiful. And I have the 5 of Wands as on the bottom of the deck. So it's going to be a time where you're going to stop your inner conflict. It's got, your fears and worries. So your inner conflict is going to disappear, so to speak. Well, it's not going to be the main voice, it's not going to be the loudest voice in your life. So you're going to start to enjoy family time, which was similar to pile number 1. You're going to learn, I feel, or have grown from your previous version of yourself. So really looking back and seeing, why you were in this fear and worry, what caused this tense situation in your life, what could you have done to remove situations, or maybe people for some of you, or or just remove a situation. But because of that, where you were like really guarded, you had your guards up, not willing to move forward because you were stuck in this kind of fear and worry, I feel like you're going to get over that. As I mentioned earlier, you're going to be following your passion a lot more. You're going to grow. You're going to join something where you are going to meet your future spouse. So this didn't actually come out for pile number 1, I don't think. But for you, it's going to be where you're going to meet them. You're going to meet them when you are in this new energy, where you've really grown, you've learnt, and you're really loving yourself and what you do, and just seeing the joy in life for what it is, the joy in activities, just the being humble and saying thank you for the little things in life, having more gratitude in your life, and all of that obviously changes your energy, and you are more in a receptive mode, and you are following your bliss. And that is when you do this new endeavor, as I said, here with the networking, communication or learning, and this is where you will meet your future spouse, or when you will meet your future spouse. Pile number 2. Okay, so that's the energy you're going to be in when you meet them. You're going to be over the kind of this defensive energy. You're going to be a lot more happier. You're going to be appreciative of your friends and family around you. You're going to look at things with hope rather than doom and gloom. Yeah, and you're just going to be comfortable and happy. So that's what I see in terms of your energy. So now what we're going to do is we are going to have a look at your future spouse's energy when you meet, and what their energy is going to be like. Okay, so pile number 2, let's have a look at your future spouse's energy. So we have great personal sorrow, romance is in the air, financial gain usually coming from something you did in the past. And let's get some clarification. Hurt and heal, Chiron. We have confidence, optimism, passion and bravery. And then we have the 4th house, cultural, family roots, home, peace and comfort. So pile number 2, I feel like your future spouse is going to have gone through some personal loss. So it could be anything really, from a relationship, you know, a loved one, pet, maybe even a job that they really liked that they may have lost, or maybe, as I said, a family member, or they would have gone through some sort of loss, okay, when you meet them, and they would just have been going trying to heal. You know, they would have just, you know, have quite been through a lot of hurt and just been going through some healing when you meet. I feel like you are going to meet, as I said, with romance in the air and confidence, optimism, passion and bravery, through an activity, a mutual activity, or a mutual job, mutual something where you're both in the same place, or network. From your card that you received earlier for the networking, it could be they are going to be following their passion and attending some sort of seminar or course or something, and that's kind of when you are going to meet. I feel like they're going to have come into a bit of money as well when you're going to meet, and it could be maybe from inheritance, from family inheritance, or it could be investments made, or, you know, through a home they decided to sell where they invested, and now they're getting, when they're selling, they're getting more, you know, they're getting a really good profit because of the housing market. But they're going to be, I feel like your future spouse is going to be kind of family orientated. They're going to want you know, they're going to be someone that seeks a lot of peace and comfort in their life. They're going to want stability, and that's kind of what they're trying to achieve when you are going to meet. They're going to be in that energy of getting some grounding, regrounding themselves after this hurt, you know, getting some sort of stability, finding their passion again, finding their oomph, finding their joy, finding their mojo again. But also I feel like they're going to be someone that's going to also check in with friends and family. You know, that's really important to them as well. So they're going to be quite busy when you meet them, but they're also something that you'll find out a bit later on in terms of their personal sorrow or their loss, okay? So you're going to find that later on. So we've got Death, Ace of Pentacles and the Fool, okay? And then we've got the Page of Pentacles here. So yeah, definitely pile number 2, your person would have gone with the Death. They would have definitely had something end in their life which they really had to heal. They really had to wake up and you know, really find some sort of strength to move on and find passion again in their life, which they are going to. When you meet them, it will be some new beginning, a new endeavor, a new idea that they're going to have. So it could be like something new in their career, a new job, a new position, a new idea to bring them more money. So maybe a side hustle. It could be them starting off a business or deciding to start a new business, but them starting something completely new that is also going to bring them some financial gain. So it will be a time when they are in a place where they're having, their life is financially they're having a financial increase and they're feeling more stable. They're having a new beginning, a new start, and that's kind of the energy they're going to be in when you first meet them. Pile number 2. So I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, then please feel free to give it a thumbs up so I know you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, then please feel free to subscribe, just to join the family. And if you would like a personal reading, all details are in the description box below. I wish you a beautiful morning, afternoon or evening depending where you are, and I hope to see you soon. Hi there, my lovely power number 3, and welcome to your reading. So that's for those of you that selected this oracle card here. Let's have a look at your energy in terms of when you'll meet your future spouse. So what energy will you be in when you meet your future spouse? And then we're going to have a look at their energy when they meet you. So what energy would they be in when you guys will meet? So we will shuffle some oracle cards and then get some further clarity with your tarot. So let's have a look. Okay. Oh. Sorry, one just fell. So that's your tea leaf, and let's have a look at a couple of oracle cards. What energy will pile number 3 be when they meet their future spouse? Okay. Oh, sorry. Let's fix the camera. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. So wow, okay, so we have temporary problems, discord amongst friends or family, romance, celebration, party. We have optimism, exploration and freedom, Capricorn, ambition, realism, methodical steps, and then we have destined to have. Right, so let's have a look at your energy. So I feel like when you meet your future spouse, there might be some problems or issues you're encountering or you'll be going through at that time. Now these can be kind of, it doesn't have to be a massive big problem. It doesn't have to be like a tower moment where your whole life it has been disrupted. It could just be, as it says, temporary problems. It could just be an issue that you're dealing with at that time or during that week. Now I'm picking up that temporary problems is linked with the so discord among friends and family. I feel like they are going to be intertwined. So it's going to be problems where obviously there's probably been a small misunderstanding, a little disruption issue, a little difference of opinion, or something where you're not appreciative, or maybe someone's move, like a friend's move, or maybe someone's promised you something or to meet up and then let you down, or hasn't contacted you in a while. Or as I said, it might be a disagreement with a difference of opinion, or perspective on a situation, or a on a family issue, or kind of a family I wouldn't say issue, it might not be issue, but a family situation. Okay, but I feel that even though you're going to be going through this temporary problems or this discord, you yourself will be quite optimistic throughout it. So I don't feel like your energy is going to be down. I don't feel like you're going to be, you know, down in the dumps or really, you know, depressed or really, you know, like really hurt or needing to go through healing. So because I don't see that, because alongside these two cards we have optimism, exploration, ambition, realism and methodical steps. I feel like you're just going to see it like, oh, there's a difference of opinion, or oh, I can't believe, you know, this has happened, or they didn't get back to me, such as my friend didn't get back to me when they said they would. Because it's going to be a temporary problem, it might be something you're waiting, or you know, so then they would eventually get back to you, for example. Or if it's like a discord amongst family, it will just be like a difference in opinion, but maybe them seeing you know, your viewpoint, and then maybe coming to some sort of agreement, coming to some sort of understanding, compromise kind of thing. So I feel like even though it's going to be something that you're going through, so that's the energy you're going to be in when you meet your future spouse. But I feel like because you're still going to be, that's what you're going to be going through, but I feel like you're going to be kind of you know, wanting to solve the issue, wanting to solve the problem, calling around, or, you know, trying to be the middleman, trying to be the mediator, or you trying to sort of say, right, this is, maybe if we look at it this way, or we can resolve it by doing, you know, this, or maybe moving the holiday date by a month and then everyone can come, or, you know, that's fine, just, you know, if we can't meet up now, or, you know, you just get back to me when you can, that's no problem whatsoever. Or, you know, you know, maybe it's not as bad as you're seeing it. You know, if, I don't know, Joe Blogs, you know, said something, or, you know, there was a difference of opinion, you sort of say, well, maybe Joe Blogs meant it this way, or maybe look at it from his point of view. Perhaps, you know, he hasn't had a family like we have, or he hasn't got sisters, so he doesn't understand it from that perspective, which is why he said that. So you being the mediator, you looking at it from a different perspective, you offering a different light, you offering a difference of opinion to allow everyone to see a different way, which is why it's a temporary problem. So there would be an initial discord, but I feel like, you know, there's going to be steps made to resolve the situation, and for it to be managed, or for it to be resolved. Because with romance and celebration here, I feel like your future spouse, the meeting that you are supposed to have is kind of destined to happen. So even though, you know, there might be that small discord, so maybe like the party that you guys are supposed to meet at could obviously you don't know you're going to be meeting a future spouse during that party, but because of this sort of discord, this party might not happen. But with this, you know, being resolved, it does go ahead and happen. Or the wedding, someone else's wedding will, you know, happen. You know, this disagreement, you know, if you're dealing with a bridezilla in the family, it's going to be calmed down, and you are going to be offering some sort of soothing, calming words which will calm the person down, and then obviously the party or the wedding happening. So that's just some examples of you know, what it could lead to or what's going to happen. But I do feel like there is a gathering that's going to happen when you are going to meet your future spouse. So I feel like you're going to meet them at a celebration, party, wedding, birthday, baby shower, something, you know, where friends and family are. So that's quite specific for you, pile number 3. For you guys, it is a kind of a celebration. So it could, I do feel like they are going to be friends and family around when you do meet your future spouse. And I feel like it's a destined meeting. So it's something that's destined to have. So just remember, the energy that you're going to be in is going to be this temporary problem, or, you know, temporary disagreement. But you yourself will be in an energy of optimism and looking at it from a, you know, or I can do attitude, or this can be easily resolved. So no doom and gloom. That's not what I'm seeing for you at all. So it's pretty straightforward for you, pile number 3, in terms of your energy. It's not as long as the other piles. So I'm going to go straight into your tarot and see if I can get any more information. So pile number 3, what energy will they be in when they meet their future spouse? What energy will pile number 3 be in when they meet their future spouse? Oh, beautiful. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles, the Lovers, and then 6 of Pentacles. So definitely you're going to be, so regardless of gender, so you're going to be in your King of Pentacle energy, which basically means you are going to be stable, you're going to be happy with where you're at, you are going to, wherever you're at, so whether it's, you know, you're going to be really stable, you're going to feel, you know, really successful, you're going to feel kind of happy where you are. So, you know, even if you are for some of you it could be that you have your own business or you're starting your own business, but that's only for some. For others it's just like everything around you feels stable in terms of your finances, where you live, your career, you're very happy within your career, or you're very happy within the chosen field that you are studying in, you have good friends around you, you are, you know, feeling like your energy is evenly distributed, you're feeling really successful, your finances are in order, you have enough obviously for yourself, you have, you know, enough to treat yourself, you have enough to go out for meals if you need to, so you are not going to be kind of in a scarcity type energy. And even though, you know, there's these problems with friends and family, it's still going to be stable because it's going to be kind of a minor discord, it's going to be a temporary issue, temporary problem, as I mentioned earlier, with giving you some examples of what it may be. So with the Lovers, you're definitely going to feel balanced, you're definitely going to feel you know, your feminine and masculine energy is going to be balanced. So you are going to be in your creative field but also in your logical head. It's all going to be balanced. You're not going to be like, you know, all in one and not the other. So you're not going to be sort of all action orientated. You're going to have, you know, action balanced with empathy, understanding, you know, in terms of others, which is how you're able to look at this problem with this discord and be able to, you know, be kind of optimistic and, you know, feeling free, and just look at seeing it as, you know, how it can be resolved in a logical but caring, empathetic manner. So I do see you helping out friends and family a lot. I do, as I mentioned earlier, I see you being like a mediator, or you offering a different perspective, a different viewpoint, maybe kind of helping out, like for some of you, not all for all, but it could be like, you know, someone needs a bit of help airfare to get to like the wedding or something like that, and you just like helping, giving a little helping hand, like, okay, I can help you, and you kind of agree they'll pay you back in 3 months kind of thing. I don't know, but I feel like there's going to be some sort of help that you're going to be offering as well to your friends or family in order for this celebration or party to go ahead, which is where you're going to be meeting your future spouse. So it is a lot more detailed for you, pile number 3, in terms of how you're going to meet them. Didn't really get that for pile number 1, but for you it's showing some clear indication. So I'm going to have a look at your future spouse, his energy, because for you it's very clean cut. I can't drag it on longer than obviously it needs to be, because your message has just come through beautifully in terms of the energy you're going to be in. Okay, so loving your energy, pile number 3. Let's have a look at your future spouse, this energy when you guys are going to meet. Okay, pile number 3, your future spouse's energy. So pile number 3's future spouse's energy. What would it be like when they meet? Okay, pile number 3. Okay. Let's get some oracle cards. So 1. Okay. So I've got an extra one for your future spouse. So we have the boat with money, property, through an inheritance, winning or windfall, butterfly, a change for the better, and you need to defend yourself. And then we've got a challenging situation, structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishment and career, intensity, exposing, purging, you're renewing, together with the second house, which is around physical security, possession, material and wealth. So pile number 2, your future spouse, when you meet them, would have come into a bit of money. So it doesn't have to be an inheritance or a lottery winning. It could just be maybe something where they are getting something back in an investment, or it could also be money coming in through a job offer where they are given a really massive bonus, or a bonus they were not expecting, or promotion, but or it could be inheritance for some, or something coming in through family being passed down, such as a property which they then sell for their money, or others it could potentially be maybe they do come into a little some sort of winning. So we've got different scenarios there, but I feel like this is going to bring about some sort of change, which is going to cause a challenge for them. So even though it's really great news that they've got all this money, all this sudden wealth has come in, or this sudden windfall, or this sudden amount of large sum of money, I feel like it's going to cause a massive change in their life. So they're going to be going through a change when you meet them, but they're not aware that it's going to be a massive change for the better, because it's going to cause a bit of a disruption for them, having this change happen. So it would be that maybe because they've come into this, they'll find out who their true friends or family are. Like some people might be a bit sort of naughty, jealous, and not having the best intentions around them, which would then cause them to maybe having to defend themselves, having to stand up for themselves, having to move. For some of you, your future spouse will be moving location when you first move, so just have moved to the area, or have changed jobs if you're or have had some sort of change when you do come and meet, when you guys meet. There will be some sort of, as I said earlier, accomplishments, so they could have had their money come through work where they've actually got a great big bonus, where they've had a change in their structure. So it could be that they were working, I don't know, it's afternoon shift, so they used to work, for example, 11 to 4. This is just an example, or 11 to 6. That's what time they used to go into the office all the time and just did the bare minimum. But then they decided, you know what, actually I'm going to change my routine. I'm going to wake up early, do a bit of exercise, eat breakfast instead of running out the house without eating, and then just kind of starting work. I'm going to be more disciplined. I'm going to implement something that's going to better my well-being. And because they implement this, so then they decide to wake up early, decide to, have a better morning routine, going to the office earlier, and then kind of finish up a bit, not as late, but getting everything done that they need to, being on top of everything, or being on top of all their work, handing it in if they're studying. Because of this change of structure and routine, this obviously has also attracted this sort of windfall and money into their life as well. But again, it's had brought about it a challenging situation, because they're people that don't have the best intentions or have that sort of jealous mentality, and may not be, you know, the nicest person around them. But I feel like they're just going to be going through this change, understanding themselves, what they want to do with their life, and you know, what's important to them. And then they're going to be putting in some change in their life, which is going to literally change their routine. So they're going to have more structure and discipline, and they're going to kind of, with this purging and renewing, removing kind of the old, anything that didn't serve them in the past is going to kind of fall along the wayside. And then they are going to be implementing this kind of healthier, happier new structure in their life, which will bring about this physical security. And you know, the second house, which then with, you know, meets together with, links into the boat with the windfall. So then having their material wealth growing, some of them coming into that additional money, and then coming into something. So it's through this change that they come into this additional windfall, or you know, money in their life. But they're gonna have to kind of navigate around, as I said, people that are not so kind, maybe jealous people. They might have had, they will probably have to, you know, let go of some friends that are not serving them, or you know, deciding, you know, what is actually something that they are going to want to keep in their life going forward, for to better them. All right, let's have a look at some tarot, get a bit more information. So we have the Lovers again, we have the Five of Pentacles. Oh. Okay, I was going to pull three, but an additional card has come out. So we got the Chariot. So we have the Lovers, Five of Pentacles, the Star, and the Chariot. So yeah, I can see that they're bringing more balance in their life. They're following their passion. With this change in their routine, with this change in creating more discipline and structure in their life, getting rid of anything that doesn't serve them, or that toxic, maybe, you know, say they, as I said, so they used to wake up late, not have breakfast, go straight to work. So all of that's changing. They're now going to start to wake up early. For example, this is just an example of a structure or some sort of discipline. Then they might decide to go to the gym, have breakfast, take a minute or two to maybe journal, and then go to work and start their day. That's just an example. But see where their previous lifestyle wasn't serving them anymore, and then they decided to make that change. Obviously they might with this additional money, they might have people around them that are not going to be as happy for them as they had wanted, and them just finding and realizing that might be a bit hurtful, but then deciding, you know, what's to look out and to have a change for the better. So to understand that life happens, these things happen, and they, you know, might be sorry to see them go, or sorry that that particular friend or friends will no longer be in their life, but them just obviously moving forward with their life. So it's a really good structure, really good discipline, really them feeling balanced. And with the Lovers coming out, which is really interesting, because you had the Lovers, you're both going to be feeling that sense of balance, that sense of that yin and yang, that feminine and masculine energy balanced within yourselves, which is how you attract each other. So I feel like they are going to be shining at the time that you meet them. They are going to be someone you're going to find really attractive. It's going to be kind of them. They're going to be feeling like it's a wish come true in terms of the money that's coming in for them, the change that's happening in their life is going to have forward momentum, really good movement. There might be, as I said, relocating, and that's how obviously you meet. So they might be coming into your life through your friends and family, you know, coming into newly into the community where they were somewhere else before, and you know, as in somewhere in another part of the world before, or another part of the country before, and then coming in with this new relocation. And this is obviously how you are going to meet. They're going to be relocating in your area or around you. there will be some sort of movement, okay, and also there might be some sort of travel involved. So I do see them be traveling a lot, so it could be like they're traveling through work. If they don't relocate, they might be have traveled through work to your area, and maybe being invited to this party or to this celebration, and then that's kind of how you guys meet. So it might not necessarily be that they've relocated, it might just be that they're traveling at that time and they find themselves in your area, in your community, being invited through friends or families friends, or you know, anything like that. But yeah, there's going to be a bit of you know, stars aligning situation, and you know, them feeling like they've hit the jackpot with you when they do meet you, and when you guys meet. But that's definitely what they're going to be going through when you guys the energy that they're going to be in when you guys meet. Okay, so that's all I see for you. So that's what I see for you, pile number 3. My battery cut out, so I don't know when it cut out. So I'm gonna kind of go back a little bit. I don't know when it cut out, but what I was saying is that your person might be not necessarily relocating, but they might be locating, they might be traveling for work. So that's when they'll be invited to an event where you guys will both meet. It will be a kind of a stars aligned situation. They will feel like it's a dream come true because of, you know, the money that they're coming into, the change in the career. This massive change will bring about massive change in their life. The massive change that they've made will bring about massive change in their life, which would obviously bring you two into meeting each other. But you'll both be in that in that, you know, pure balanced energy when you meet. As I said, there might be just traveling in the area when they'll be invited through friends of friends of family, family, friends of friends, you know, family, friends, anything along those lines, where you might meet at this event, okay? I'm sorry if it kind of didn't make sense, the last part of the reading, guys. What happened was my battery went on pause, and then I discovered it, unpaused it, but then it might, I don't know, you know, when in the reading I kind of came back in. So I apologize if the last bit does not make sense. I tried to retrack the ending for you, but definitely it's going to be an aligned moment when you both meet, and their energy is going to be changing, forward movement, traveling, and maybe for some relocation. Okay, so that's what I see for you, my lovely pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. Sorry about someone's car alarm outside. Thank God it's gone off while we're at the end of the reading. If you enjoyed, as I said, please give it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you soon. Have a lovely morning, afternoon or evening, depending where you are, and I hope to see you soon.